1970, Stanford University conducted an experiment with several children called the marshmallow experiment. It's become extremely famous throughout the world as an experiment to gauge children's ability to delay gratification. They were first given a marshmallow or a treat of some sort, and they were told that if they were free to eat it if they wanted it right then. But if they were able to delay their desire to eat it, they would get something better. Then they measured, and they looked at the number of children who instantly ate the marshmallow or the treat, or who were able to wait. And they discovered that there was a correlation later in life, that children who were able to delay their gratification had better results throughout life, through school, through social interaction, and were generally more successful. Mr. Toastmasters, honored guests, I was not one of those children who would have delayed gratification. And because of that, I learned a very valuable lesson as to why we need to delay that gratification. When I was a child, remember this is the early 70s, back in the days when you could give a child $20, have them walk a mile through town to pick up a carton of cigarettes and a quart of milk and a loaf of bread. And a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old child would be dutifully given a carton of smokes and a gallon of milk and sent home happily with maybe a little candy as a reward. So things were a little bit different back then. One of these days, I was sitting at the table. We were finishing our dinner. It was a beautiful sunny summer day. I was maybe about 5 years old. And we got to the end of dinner, and all my brothers were running outside to go play soccer. My cousin was with them. We got the neighborhood boys out, and I was still sitting at the table, picking at my beans, quickly spreading them around the plate to make it look like I'd eaten more than I'd actually eaten, to try and trick my mom into letting me go play with my brothers. Because all I wanted to do was go play outside with my brothers on the beautiful sunny day, playing soccer. Loved it. Loved any fun like that. My mom said, no, you must eat your beans. Come on, hurry up, you only have 3 bites left. I was maybe a little bit defiant. Remember, I was the kid who also found toys throughout the neighborhood. I don't know where they came from, Mom. I just found them. Well, you found them in Billy's garage or Sally's front yard. So go put them back. So I was that kind of a kid. And I looked at my mom and I was defiant and I said, well, I'm not going to eat them. She said, fine, if you don't eat your beans, I will give them to Pooper and you will go to bed now. And again, it was 5:30 in the afternoon, lots to do. Pooper was our dachshund. His real name was Wolfgang von Poopnagel III. And I hated that dog. He was the first dog to bite me. I even learned how to wink because he bit me on the eye one day. So the last thing I wanted to do was let him win, but I didn't want to give in either. So I said, fine, I'm going to bed. And I went to bed. And I looked out my window. We had a rancher, so it was just one level. I could see out the window. I could see my brothers. I could see the neighbors. They're playing soccer, and all I wanted to do was go outside and play soccer. So I went back into the kitchen and said, okay, Mom, I'll eat my beans. She said, too late. I gave them to Pooper. You go to bed. You'll learn for the next time. So I went back into my room, and I looked out the window longingly, dying to get outside. I looked, and I thought, So I opened my window, put my little hands on the window, pulled myself up, climbed out the window and jumped outside and ran out, started playing soccer with my friends and my brothers, and everything was great. And we were kicking the ball around and having a great time, and then all of a sudden, silence, and everybody stopped. I turned around, and there was my mother, standing there with a wooden spoon in her hand. And I knew I was dead. First thing I did was take off and run around the house, and I ran as fast as I could. And my mom, you know, like normal moms, you know, maybe not exactly a track star, she was chasing after me, and you get back here right now, you little, with a wooden spoon waving in her hand. I came around the house, I ran around the house one time, and I got through the gate, and as I ran through the gate, I figured, okay, I'm home free, and I could hear behind me the gate close as my mom went through the gate. And I ran around the house, and she still couldn't catch me. I was still a little bit too quick. And she had the wooden spoon, and she was getting angrier and angrier and angrier with every step that I took. And I came around the house and I figured, okay, for sure I'm going to get there. And what happened? What did I find? Little 5-year-old boy. The gate closed. And my heart leapt into my throat. I knew that this was an obstacle that I must overcome. So I ran as fast as I could, and I put my little hands on top of the fence like I had done in my window, and I started to pull myself up, and I thought I could make it, but my mom was just quick enough to grab hold of me. And then, that's all I remember on my mom. I don't remember anything else after that. I just know that I probably wasn't a happy camper for very long. And I knew that next time, when my mom said to eat my beans, I would eat my beans. Because I also learned that sometimes in life, we have to eat our beans. We have to swallow our medicine in order to get what we really want. And sometimes when we don't eat our beans, we do get a spank on the bum. We can look at our environment today. We live in Victoria. It's an ecologically and environmentally conscious place. Pershing has spoken to us on many occasions about the things that she appreciates here with regards to the environment and the climate and the greenness and the cleanness of the air. Isn't that true, Pershing? Yeah. Right? But for too long, we haven't been eating our beans. We haven't been taking care of our environment. We haven't been sacrificing our marshmallow, our instant gratification of money and wealth and possession and things. There we've been gorging on the sweets, only in the end to put ourselves in a position where Mother Nature is about to wield her wooden spoon and tap us hard on the bottom. So my message to you, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters, honored guests, is that we must, from time to time, eat our beans. And now is a time where our diet should be very rich in beans or vegetables of spinach or anything you don't like. Otherwise, the spanking is going to come for all of us. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.